Greetings, my friends. We are in the 16th day of the HaOmer. It's the Midah of Gevurah, shebe, Tiferet. So what's the reflection? How do we do this work? What's the avoda of the day? We know that Tiferet is completeness. It's balance. It's harmony. You could call it compassion. It's beauty. It's healing. It's when the detail is held within the whole, and the detail knows the whole, and the whole knows the detail. That's part of why it's about healing. When the light of the soul comes down and is connected to and interacting with all of the particular aspects of the embodied self, the ego self, there's healing that happens. Whether it's mental, emotional, or physical level, it's integration. And Tiferet is often also understood as giving pride to the source of life, because it sees us expressing and living in a way that's balanced and positive. And so pride in our own being, our own life, the beauty that we see in the world, seeing our children growing and being balanced, healthy people we care about, people we love. And so in Gevurah, as we've talked about, is this quality of strength, boundary, discernment. And so what's Gevurah, shebe, Tiferet? I want to give an example. I was talking with someone yesterday who was having a really hard time in a relationship with someone that she was very close to. And there was things that happened in that relationship that she felt were disrespectful. And that the person she was very they were unusually connected relationship. And some things came up that just felt wrong and off and painful. And this person was very triggered by it. And so I listened and I thought, what if you just articulate the way you're feeling about the situation and let her know that you appreciate what she's doing, but what she's doing, you appreciate your relationship, but what she's doing right now is not okay. And that what you want is B. We don't have to go into the details. But the point is assertion of what her truth was in a relationship where things were getting wobbly. And she did that, and it was like, energetically, she just shifted, and she came back to me. She said, oh my gosh, she responded. And it was so nice. And so what happened is Gevurah, which is this quality of saying, it's strength, it's clarity, it's discernment. Here are my boundaries. Here's the way the situation's crossing my boundaries. What I want is it to be like this. And that brings harmony back to the relationship. So it's harmony that happens through Gevurah. And you can think of a million examples where that happens or doesn't happen in life. Is there a situation in life where things aren't in balance, where they're not in harmony, where they're not expressing in harmony and beauty and completeness as you'd like? And is there a way that the Midah of Gevurah is out of balance there? The Midah of Gevurah is like the immune system. It can be too weak or too strong. You know, a weak immune system, so to speak, means that you might get infections or colds. A too strong immune system might mean you might have low-grade inflammation that creates a chronic illness or autoimmune disease, God forbid. Same thing with Gevurah. You can have strength that is overactive, where you're judging yourself, where you're judging other people, where you're forcing yourself into situations, or trying to force things that happen in a way that you're out of harmony and you're out of balance with the situation. And on the other side of the equation, like the example I gave before, if you're not able to be clear and assert your truth and assert what's most appropriate, assert that which brings balance and harmony and completion to the situation, then that's another place to work on Gevurah. So I hope that's interesting and helpful. Gevurah, shebe, Tiferet. The other piece, of course, is obviously checking into the source of life and the fact that the midot are emanating from Hashem and reflecting into that. There is a great, powerful Gevurah from the source of life who is strength, right? You hear the thunder, you see some sort of awesome, powerful, natural phenomenon, or you just plug into a sense of yira and you let it mobilize and motivate you to express the Midah of Gevurah in a way that brings harmony and balance and healing. Many blessings. Bye-bye.